What is going on, guys? This is Teddy Bear Sniper 1 and welcome back to another video. Today we are in Tank Inspector. 9.10 went live yesterday and I thought I would hit up on Tank Inspector to see what is new. And I was browsing through. I'm trying to figure out some of these, some of the ancient tanks. But when I was doing this, that video will be coming soon, more speculation on the ancient tanks. But when I was going through, I saw this monstrosity, the VK 100.01P. Now, if you're like me when I saw this thing, you're like, what the crap is that? And I don't blame you. Now, I read up on this. It is a version of the Maus prototype given to Porsche. It weighs 120 tons. It has a 128 millimeter gun. Only existed in blueprints. It's kind of a predecessor to the Maus. Not really sure what Watt's trying to do with this thing. It is a tier 8 premium. This thing, though, it is, it's a pretty big little mammoth thing, whatever you would call this tank. I'm not sure if I like it, but I progress. Now, armor-wise, it's good, as you would expect from a 120-ton German behemoth. Lower plate is, it's pretty good, around 200 millimeters, 220 millimeters. We can pin that if you have 225 and up, but still angled like that. Well, actually, no, you could pin that. 230 millimeters up, you can pin the lower plate. This upper plate is not that strong. Anything over like an long 88 will punch right through this 200 plus penetration. You can go through this. If it's angled, you might be able to achieve Ricks. The upper plate is about the same strength as a Tiger, I would say, Tiger 2. The turret is a different story. It has 250 right here. Well, yeah, around 250, 240, 230. 200, it kind of jumps around. About 210 on these cheeks. The mantlet itself is very strong, 300 to 450 millimeters thick. In some areas with spaced armor, the cheeks are, again, very strong, most likely to ricochet about 300 millimeters. The cupola is another good way to penetrate this thing. 200 plus millimeters of penetration should be easy enough to go through it. Come onto the side of the tank. Your best bet of killing this thing would be to shoot this turret right here. Very weak. Any gun over 112 penetration will easily go through this. T-34 guns, Matilda guns, they'll easily go through this. Side skirt, 120 millimeters, a little harder. This blue band right here, I would not recommend shooting. It is very strong, 240 millimeters thick. Very strong spaced armor, so heat and stuff will be eaten up by that. Moving on to the back of the tank, you do have spaced armor right here. The blue is spaced armor. You have this big gap between the butt of the tank, so I would not recommend shooting heat right here. You want to put heat right here, because if you shoot it here, it most likely will not penetrate, even if you have enough, because there's this big, if you take it out of this, you can see it better. There's that big gap between this armor and the butt armor. Also, well, I guess that doesn't count for a weak point. Same thing on this side. So that's the armor of the tank. Move on to the gun. I'm going to turn this off. It is a 128 millimeter. Well, you're not cooperating with me. What the frick? 128 millimeter gun. Let's just go ahead and go on to this. Okay, so I'm comparing this to the OHA Tier 8 Japanese Heavy because it is a similar monstrosity. Penetration is 5 less. Alpha, better, 160 more than the OHA. The DPM on this tank is awful, 1703, which is really bad. 516 worse than the OHA, which OHA isn't even that great. Tier 7 heavy tanks have better DPM than that. All of this you reload in about 17 seconds, 17.26 with 100% crew. Rate of fire 3.4, max ammo 77, caliber 128. Max distance is 720 meters. That's the shell distance. Anything beyond that, and the shell does die. Shell velocity is 810. Mobility-wise, this thing is awful. 1,000 horsepower for 120 tons gives it a specific power ratio of 8.33, which it's not good. You're going to be slugging around the battlefield. Chassis traverse is 18 again. You're not going to be going anywhere that fast. Max speed forward is 20. Reverse is 15. Realistically, I'm going to say this thing goes 12 to 14 kilometers an hour. It's not going to go that fast. It does have good hard terrain and medium terrain, but on soft terrain, you're going to struggle. That's, oof, yeah. It does have 1650 health. It is one of the most for the tier, but the OHA takes the crown at 1700, I do believe, for having the most, possibly the KV5. Let's see, let me look real fast. Where is it? Oh, it's the Chinese. Sorry. I want to say the KV5 has more. Let's just look real fast. Yeah, KV5 has more. Much more. Let's go back to the Japanese. Oh, frick. Where's Germany? Oh, Germany. I don't know why I was saying Japanese. But KV5 does have more health. So it doesn't have the most health in the world. But let me know what you guys think of this thing. It is nicknamed the Mammoth, and I can see why. It's a pretty big tank. Currently, it is just priced at 100 gold. So I'm not sure. It's just a placeholder. So I'm not sure what they're going to price it at. But if you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button. It really would help me out. I really appreciate it. If you have subscribed recently, I really appreciate it. Keep watching and tell your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.